Hi, Adam Oakes here with Planet Managed Services, and I'm here to bring this week's Play of the Week. This week's Play of the Week is actually something our automation fans are going to be a big fan of. There's actually a really cool feature set out here that they're changing some of the default behavior around that I think is going to be very welcome by the security conscientious folks, which will be the ones who are actually consuming this. I'm speaking about endpoint data loss prevention using Microsoft Purview. Endpoint data loss prevention is data loss prevention like you'd expect in M365, extended out to the endpoints that your company may manage. If you're doing endpoint management for DLP, you're basically going through and creating DLP policies that go through and look at the files that are actively in use inside of your endpoint. So for instance, let's say you're wanting to protect credit card information. You would go in and create a DLP policy that went through to protect documents where credit cards were found. And then a tool called the MIP or AIP scanner would go through touching your endpoints and scanning the files on them. When a file was found that contained credit card information, a DLP document would be put on top of it in a protection, and the same type of protection, such as trying to share the file externally or trying to do different things with it, would be blocked based off of the settings that you're choosing to do. It's really a pretty robust offering, and some of our more security conscious partners are already using and exploring this feature. Well, anytime you're going to be doing automated scanning with a tool like the MIP scanner, there's going to be some certain file types that are not being able to be read by the tool. That's always been a thing, and up until now when that happened, those files were essentially skipped. It was up to you as the partner to go through and on a file by file basis, make the determination on if that file contained the type of information you're trying to protect with DLP. If it did, you could then choose to go through and apply that DLP label to it. Well, for one computer, that might be a pretty easily doable task. But if you're a large enterprise and you're trying to go through and protect all of the documents and all of the endpoints on your system, imagine if you've done this to thousands of machines and now all the files that weren't able to be scanned, you have to manually go in and remediate. It was a lot of work and a pain point for people. Well, now, coming this month for January 2025, they've announced that the new default blanket protections are going to be usable for unscannable documents. What this means is if you're going to be using endpoint data loss prevention in Microsoft Purview, you can choose to have the blanket protection set to be that you're protecting those documents. So now when the MIP scanner goes through and scans all the documents inside of your enterprise, if there are file types or files that can't be scanned, you can choose by default to label and protect those documents as well. To me, if you are a more security conscientious customer, this is definitely going to be the preferred route because you want to make sure that documents and sensitive information is not being shared externally. Now, if you ever come to a situation where, okay, I need to share this document, it happened to not be scannable by MIP, so as a protection, but it's not actually there, you can manually choose to remediate that individual file and remove the protection, but the default behavior is going to be to protect it itself. Again, that's something that I think our partners would prefer to be, and most of the ones that I have worked with personally would choose that default protection. So happy to see this update. Again, this is one of the cooler things you can do with automation and looking at some of the forward-thinking protections you can do in an enterprise. So happy to see this update come out. This has been the Play of the Week. If you're interested in this type of feature, feel free to talk to us. We'll have more for you guys next week. Thank you.